replicate that? How do you respond in a positive way after something positive?
Well, I think we try to just keep our foot on the gas, come out and have a good start, just like we did in Game 4 at home, and um, prepare. We've seen it in video. We know what kind of worked for us, and we know what made us have some success in that game, and we want to show up with that same effort and intensity and willingness to work from everybody. So it was good buy-in, and we need the same thing tonight.
How does the message change as this series drags on? As you guys get closer to being able to move on, things just kind of tighten up here, or does anything change?
No, not a whole lot changes. It's about, obviously, playoff series is about adjustments, and when things aren't working, there's things to tweak, and even when things are working, there's still things to get better at and improve on. And for us as a group, I think we saw in the last game what makes us successful, and that speed and our forecheck especially, and being able to turn pucks quickly in the neutral zone, get back on the attack, and want to do a lot more of that come here tonight.
You told us after that first Eagles game, then after your first game with back in the NHL, that you said, I still got a lot to work on. You feel like you're making incremental strides every single time you step on the ice?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, every game is super useful for me right now, and every time I get more and more comfortable with the pace of the game, with physicality, with my mind staying fresh on what needs to be done out there in all different situations. So continue to get better. I think it's the same for our group. We continue to get better as we gain more experience in this series, and we have another big test here tonight.
Talking about those adjustments, do you feel that there's, with that last game being as successful as it was, do you feel there's another level to you guys as far as that goes?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's the idea. Every time you step on the ice is to continue to get better as a group, and it's a good hockey team on the other side. We can expect their best game tonight, but I think for us, we continue to focus on what we have to do and what makes us good and hard to play against, and we just need to repeat the same effort.
Logan is somebody who's had some really loud moments in this series. Just what can you say about his growth as a player this year and the role he's carrying for this team?
I mean, he's a huge piece for us. He just is, and I think you see it on a nightly basis. The effort he brings, that's where it starts with for him and his entire line is the effort they put forth every night. And as a team, we feed off of that. They create a lot of momentum for us, and him as a player, he continues to get better, work on his craft, and a lot of fun to watch.
Do you think there was an element of desperation that worked in Game 4 that could pay off here?
Yeah, you need the same thing. I mean, that's what it's about. You need to show up with that desperation and that effort and that sense of urgency that we brought to Game 4. We're going to have to do the same thing tonight. So a lot of it is just repeating. Like I said, we can expect their best game, but for us, it's more about what we do and us imposing our will on them.
Did that energy change from Game 3 to Game 4 with that extra day off, and how have you guys been able to kind of pull that into coming into Game 5?
Yeah, I think you want to try to carry that momentum into here. I know, some people say there's no such thing as momentum in between games and playoffs and whatnot, and I agree to a certain level for sure. It's just about establishing your game right away in a new game, and making sure that you're imposing your will on them. It's as simple as that. And yes, it's a quick turnaround, but that's the way it goes. Normally, it's every other day in the playoffs. So we're used to this, and we're looking at it as a great challenge here on the road. Should be good.